It is the final day, final few hours at that of my vacation, and what better place to spend it, some of this remaining time, but in Fullerton at the site of yet another Cosmic Kitten video. Yes, this is an unedited, unfiltered, everything, unabashed Cosmic Kitten music video documentary part 2 in a series of a million, starring Zach Huckabee, drummer of Cosmic Kitten. Just touched that thing, it could have been burning hot, but you don't give a fuck. So Zach, why don't you tell the one viewer at home why you chose this, guys chose this park in particular?
Well, Karen chose it because she came down here one time or something. She drove by it. And she was like, there's this big ass park. So maybe like film a video there and maybe make it look like we're in a forest or something. And one of the other things she wanted was specifically for us to have like a carousel in the video, but we don't have those in California in most places because people are stupid
illegal
and they hurt themselves on it.
This is kind of one. Oh no, isn't it?
No, carousels are the ones that go full merry-go-round. They're the ones that spin.
This doesn't spin? Is this the thing that she was on at the video?
In the video?
Yeah, she was on something like this.
Really?
Yes.
I don't even remember. Oh, that would have been a different park. So I guess we technically filmed this at 2 different locations. I can show you the other park too.
Holy shit, I didn't realize you... Well, then that means you filmed it in 3 different locations.
Why?
Because there's one in the parking lot.
One in the parking lot?
Yeah, where she was doing the guitar solos in that parking lot.
Oh, yeah. That's right. So this is where...
But I'm pretty sure it was one of these, because she was on a horse and...
Oh, then maybe... I thought that was B-roll. I didn't know that I put that in the video.
Oh. And where is the... Oh, but you know what?
This
there
is
was...
where we buried that baby in the sand.
Oh.
And then up there is the letters where we put Edie on the thing. Remember that?
I do.
Now it says Mad Tack.
Mad tack.
Mad Tack.
That will not do. E-D.
I don't remember how I did it. Bird Mad Tack. And then up there is where I sang into the little singy thing, and then it comes out on this side. You talk into the thingy.
And the other one is up there.
Got a snake in my boot. I think this is where there's a shot of her coming down the slide too, right?
Oh yeah.
I think that's right here as well.
Came down this very slide. Then you can see the other talkie tube up there. Keep catching my eyes and oh shit. I can't leave my yerba mate there. What kind of a subhuman nonentity would I be if I left my yerba mate? Zach is taking his... Oh, I thought he was taking his sandal off.
Where we're filming shots of the trees, like the leaves, and her laying on the ground playing the guitar that's right here. Because I stood on this table and did the camera down at her. That bench right there is where the video starts, where she's like swinging her feet and sitting on the bench, and she gets up, starts walking. That's from that bench across the way. All those shots of her walking through trees and stuff happen over here. And like various different angles, different like waves. But it's all in this patch of trees over there.
It's a nice climbing tree.
Yeah. Yeah, peaceful out here.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. We shot it very spontaneously. I think the reason why we shot it at that other park as well is because she wanted to do it. We thought we'd finished filming it here, but she wanted like some other shots, so we went over to that other park because we were running out of daylight or something. And then, or maybe we were running out of daylight, so we went the next day to the other park instead of coming out here. But then we forgot the solo part altogether, or we shot it. You know what? I think we went to the other park because she wanted to shoot something specific there.
Oh, I see.
And then we ran out of daylight there during the solo. So there's an alternate version of the solo where she's playing it like 2 octaves lower, because when we were originally practicing the solo together, like I showed it to her the wrong way.
Oh.
Or whatever. So the other version, she's playing it 2 octaves lower, and it's like really dark, like all, because was like no sunlight left. But we can go to that park right now too, but I think that one's free, so just go over there. It's like right down the street. Show it on YouTube.
Perfect.
This is where we filmed all the stuff. I haven't been back here since we filmed it, so it's kind of weird. You know, the other day, like, when stuff like what happened the other day happens, it kind of like puts a pin in your life where it's like before and after, you know. So,
Of course.
so everything feels weird right now. Let's go to that other park real quick.
Well, stay tuned for part 2.
Park.
It's like something Craig Park, so we're going from Craig something or other park to Acacia Park. I'll figure it out. This is part 2 of the Edie unofficial, unedited, uncensored fucking documentary. Except it's not really a documentary, but it's more or less.
So I think those are the little thingies that she was hiding behind in the thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
And then there's ropes in there that she climbed up and down. See the ropes? And over here, I think that's a swing that she was riding in the video.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
Yes.
I think there's a shot of her walking down this hill.
Oh, it's weird.
I don't remember.
Springy. Wasn't she resting her face here?
Yeah. Something like that.
Near the end.
Yeah. And then that's the little steering wheel that I was playing with when I was pretending to be a pirate.
Trying to be Captain. What the hell? What is this? Is this? No, it wasn't these ones, I don't think. I thought there was like 4 poles. Oh, sorry.
Oh, right here. These poles?
No. Like she was walking through them, like kind of like in here. Like maybe it was here, but she was like kind of walking past them and kind of looking around.
There was a shot of her sitting on this thing, singing.
Oof. Oh, maybe.
Her shots were coming down the stairs, I think. I'm trying to remember all the shots. And then there's some shots of her on top. But the poles might have been down there. All those ones down there. See?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was it.
And then
Very
the other
hard to
thing
film with all
is
these kids
on
here.
that hill over there we were gonna shoot the solo, but the sun was going down, so we cut it and we did it somewhere else. And that's how it ended up the way it is. That's the way.
Here's the steering wheel. Wait a
I
minute.
think you've seen like almost every
I just realized something. That's not the steering wheel you were at.
That is the steering wheel.
You were standing.
No, I was on my knees in the video. And she filmed it from afar. And she got like me through the crack right here, like going like that. This is the one. There's not another park that we went to.
Let's go.
It's got like beans inside.
Chili.
Dried beans. I'm tripping.
It's a good time. Mostly. Even like, having the best of times. Sometimes you are at odds with each other over creative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But,
So, how did you guys piece together the video just as a whole? Like, what was the, like, how did you come up with the ideas you did?
We kind of like, normally Karen has like the idea and the vision,
Mm-hmm.
and then we get out here and I just kind of direct it all. And so I'll be like, we'll have the music playing, and then I can like picture certain actions and certain angles from in like a certain little spot. And so on the fly, I'll just kind of be like, here, walk like this, we'll get a shot of you doing this. And then I'll be like, walk like this, we'll get a shot of you doing that. And I like to film things in succession, so that way when I go to edit it, I can just plop them in and sync them up. And it's easier. Because the only other way to film music videos is to like, do like complete run-throughs of the songs with different angles, and then like watch all the different footage and like figure out where your highlights are and cut them together. Just like how we filmed with Pancake Mountain with Scott, and how we filmed with when we filmed Hot Stuff music video.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that as well. The Reason or a Sign video, we shot that like this, where we had like a storyboard in mind. Well, Karen actually drew a storyboard for that, and we just went out and I filmed it all. And I think it's the same for the Monday Molly music video that never came out.
Oh.
She had a storyboard for it. And then,
Oh, shit.
I think it's because like at the very end of filming that video, right, like when we're getting the last couple shots, we're running out of time. Things weren't working out the way that we wanted. Karen was kind of mad, and we had like a little bit of an argument, and Yusuf, of course, is the exclamation point on the anger sandwich always.
Oh,
so he was there, and he like, made it worse.
So he was going to be in 2 Cosmic Kitten music videos.
Yeah.
But wound up being in just 1.
Well, he's technically in 2. He's in the Reason or a Sign video, and he's in the whatever it is
What?
video.
He's in a Reason or a Sign video?
Uh-huh.
Where?
He's in it for like a moment.
I'm tripping.
Mm-hmm. I'll show it
look
to
at
you
that
in the
again.
car. But yeah. And then, trying to think what other videos we have. The Whatever It Is video, it was kind of the same. Like, Karen had a location picked out. Her and I went for a walk to see the location. And we walked around. We're like, oh, we can film here, we can film here. Like, there's a ravine over there, we can film there. And then we got out there, and I kind of like took it from there. I was like, oh, like we should get this angle. This should be the video concept. Like, for that one, the video concept was like having like the same frame, but with cuts, so that it would be like things were bouncing around the same frame, but the background was the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like we had like that white backdrop or whatever, which we showed you before. It's like all overgrown now in Bellflower. Like the vines grew all over it or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But that white backdrop in the Whatever It Is video, I just set the camera there stationary on a tripod, and then we would go through the song with, Yusuf doing something through the whole song, even though he was not a very animated person, so he'd just be like kind of, walking around the frame, and then had to figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
And then Karen doing stuff, and then me doing stuff, and then we had a close-up angle that was the same, so that we could cut between them, and the background would remain the same, but then
Oh, okay, right
our
on.
faces would change. Like, that was kind of like the idea.
Yeah, nice.
And then like the ravine, I wanted to get like shots that like really showed off like how big it was.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said,
Very
like
big.
Karen came up with the idea. She had the location. She's like, I could picture a video here, and then we get out there, and then I kind of know what works with the camera, like what looks good on camera, what's gonna really like build an environment with the camera, like so that people could kind of go into the environment.
Yeah.
instead of it just being like, faces moving, like talking.
Yeah, because then then the environment doesn't even matter. You may as well just do it.
Yeah,
Like
they
your
might as well
garage
listen
if
to
you're
the
gonna
song or watch you talk on Instagram or something.
Yeah.
It's not like a experience,
No.
And so, we would come out here, and then I would come up with the ideas, or Karen would come up with ideas too, where she'd be like, oh, what if you had me on this thing? And then I'd be like, okay. So I'd be like, I'll film you on this thing. And then I would have to figure out an angle to make that like look, interesting. But her doing that, But yeah, music videos are very much a joint effort between Karen and I. She normally is like, I want to do a video for this song. This is what I have in mind. And either she has something really cool in mind that is like way higher production value than we can do without paying like, $2,000.
Oof.
And I'm kind of like, okay, like we can't do that right now. I would love to, but we can't right now.
Right.
And then she'll be mad and she'll be like, oh, we can do it. And I'm like, I don't know how. I have no idea. Like the way that she like will explain something to me, I'll have like this really vivid picture of it in my head where I'm like, I know how we need to do that to make it really legit. But then sometimes she has something else in mind that's like less legit and we don't like really connect on it, Like her idea is the same, but it's like she's okay compromising and having it be like less production value. But some of her ideas in my head are like, oh, this had high production value. That's kind of what I always shoot for. I think as far as videos that we've made ourselves, what video that we made ourselves that I'd say I'm most proud of? Because like, I would say, Devil's Gonna Catch You, but we didn't really make that ourselves. Like it was cut together as like a university school project. And I would say Saving Face, but that was no different than anything else we've done. Just it was better edited and maybe, I don't know. That one just came out good. It felt special for no reason. But no, like videos to me have always felt very much like a group effort because Karen like comes up with the genesis of the idea, where we're gonna shoot it and everything. Sometimes she even makes a shot list, so like I know exactly what I'm shooting, and then we come out and then I put people in the right place, get the right camera angles, and shoot it and then edit it together. But sometimes I think she thinks that I'm like taking over and that I'm not like allowing like enough room for her ideas once we get to the shooting phase. So it's one of those things where it's always been a learning experience trying to, either put myself in my place and kind of figure out when I'm overstretching or, be more open-minded and find humility or whatever,
It's always going to be a struggle to keep everyone happy and more importantly, have the final product also to everyone's satisfaction.
Yeah. So, we'll see. I don't know what song we're going to do music video for next, but I don't think we're going to do it ourselves. I think we know somebody who wants to do it with us, so we'll see.
Karen said that she has it in her mind what video or what song to do, but she didn't divulge that information.
I personally don't remember what song she selected. I know it's one of the new ones, but I don't remember which one it is. I know who we're doing it with, but I don't remember which song it is that she said she wanted to do. So.
Oh, we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see when we get there. Let's go to that record shop.
Bye.
Let me in. Locked out of the car.
Oh, shit.
Not today, Helderino.
But there is one more question before we leave.
Yeah.
Very important.
What's that?
What is Edie about?
It has like 3 meanings. I don't know if Karen's ever told you about the story about it. I'll tell you while we drive. It has like 3 meanings. It's like one, the main chords in the song are E and D, first of all.
Oh.
And secondly, it's kind of half written about the story about this woman named Edie that was murdered get the relevance because I'm ignorant and I didn't do that much research, but like she was like the girlfriend of like somebody famous or something. She was a model and she got murdered by them or something. It's like a weird thing, and they tried to cover it up and whatnot. He like buried her in a shallow grave and all this crazy stuff.
Jesus.
And so that's not entirely what the song is about. It's more about like Karen's state of mind when she writes a song, you know. When she comes up with the idea for a song and she puts it together and she feels like creative, and at least this is how I remember her explaining it to me. But it's also kind of relevant because when she read the story about this woman named Edie, that she felt inspired to write the song, so it's kind of like a 3-part thing or something like that.
Right.
So Karen's kind of the better person to ask about that, but if I remember correctly, that's what it's about. It's just that she does all the song stuff, you know, all the lyrics and whatnot. So I could tell you what some of the songs are about, maybe most of them, because Karen, you know, and I are partners, so she shares that with me a lot of the time.
Of course.
But in regards to Edie, it's always been like a little confusing for me because I'm a very simple-minded, ape-like person. So,
oh my goodness.
I'm more gonna say like grunt and say Zack Smash and get scared by fire than I am gonna like understand these complex like ideas that she has. So, but Edie's always been a great song, even though it's a really simple song. It only has 2 parts, but it's always been great. We got to play it the other day, so I totally forgot about that song, because the new bass player Cody like really likes trippy psychedelic music and shit. And
right.
Kind of like a certain kind of like chill. There's like a certain vibe, you know, like a classic rock vibe, like T-Rex or, you know,
right, yeah.
Sound Massacre that he really likes, you know. And Edie kind of has that vibe a little bit, and I totally forgot about that song, and he just kind of found it on his own and was like, I really want to play Edie. And we were in rehearsal, and I asked Karen, I'm like, hey, can you play Edie? Like, can you do that? She's like, yeah, sure, you want to teach it to him? And I showed it to him real quick, and then all of a sudden we were playing it, like, without him having never played it before.
Nice, wow.
We were playing it, and then it was, you know, good to go, just like that. It's really weird. But yeah, that song was one of those songs where, like, Karen had all this stuff worked out, and then I came up with like a solo for it, you know, and like where we should have the solo and stuff, you know. And I just, you know, and then we got the solo, and then we didn't play it for a long time because we get so busy, and Karen always wants to learn stuff, and I'm always capable of teaching stuff to her, you know, and she's a visual learner, so she likes to sit down and learn stuff from someone else, like have someone play it in front of her and then she can do it, you know. It's like a bit easier for her. She's more of a visual learner.
Yeah, I'm kind of that same way too. I can't just be told, like, I need to like sit down and do it, and then even on top of that have instructions as well for afterwards to remind myself this is the steps to take.
Yeah.
So I don't forget anything. Otherwise I might, but so I can understand.
Yeah. So it's like, but the problem is we get so busy and like life is so chaotic, you know, that like we don't always have time to do that, and we don't have a lot of time to do it, you know, just a little. So then sometimes I'm very impatient. Oh, this is my old school that I dropped out of.
Fulas Colas.
Where I studied chemistry for a bit.
Oh wow.
But sometimes I don't have a lot of patience because I'm worried about time because we don't have that much to work on stuff. And so I'll like grow impatient, and because sometimes when I show her stuff, she like plays it really slow at first on purpose to like get it in her head, you know.
Right.
But in my mind, I watch her do it really slow a couple times, and she pauses because she like wants to make in her mind it was this part, like, and like do that, you know.
Yes.
But then like sometimes when I'm sitting there, I just am like, you know, I don't know, I get impatient and I turn into kind of an asshole. So because when that stuff happens where she's doing it all slow like that, I kind of think to myself like, okay, like I showed it to you, now you can practice it on your own. But she doesn't have time to practice it on her own. The only time she has to practice it is when we're there together.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I'm not with her, she's at work or doing something else, you know.
Yeah, so you guys are perpetually in a time crunch.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's not one of those shortcomings of mine, I guess. Impatience.
Well,
So,
just need to work on that.
well, it's been like this for a long time, and I feel like I've been a little better showing her things, you know, when she's a little bit quicker to pick things up now. That's fine, but we haven't had time to work on the Joy Division stuff yet, and she's getting frustrated and worried that she's not going to be able to pick it all up quick enough if we don't sit down and work on it.
Well, now that...
Don't say that.
What?
Don't say now that I'm leaving or something like that.
Now that...
You haven't been at all a bother, not at all.
Yeah, but there's all that extra time that can now be used. It's not a matter of being a bother, but it's a matter of making time for other things too. So now you'll have that extra time.
We'll have a little bit of extra time, yeah. We'll use it to our best ability. But I think my first and immediate goal is like, if whatever we do when we play together and I show her like some of these parts, like I'm gonna take my time with it and be really gentle about it because I don't need any more stress right now. Got enough stress.
Of course. Need to reduce the stress, move forward, just even if it's a shuffle, as long as you're moving forward, you're getting to the end goal.
Yeah. We'll see. Still have all these confusions and questions in my head that may not ever get resolved, but hoping that they eventually do. We'll see.
Sure they will. But anyway, Zach, thank you for enlightening us on Edie, its
Edie.
location,
On Edie.
and its meanings, and its everything. And we shall see you in March.
Oh, yes, indeed. Right now, we're just gonna get up in here into this record shop.
Sounds good. Say goodbye, Zach.
Goodbye, Zach.
All right. What is Edie about?
It has like two different meanings, but like it's I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it? All right. Well, thank you very much. This concludes the Edie music video documentary.
Sorry.
Say goodbye, Karen.